Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Can you all see me? Hold on. Let me get my. Hold on. Well, come on in. Come on in, you all. I'm here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Monique. I'm a life coach and I teach women how to take responsibility for their happiness, success, and freedom. I'm here. Come on in. Come on in. Just come to chat with you briefly. Chat with you all briefly. Get me some water. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know if you are there. Is anyone home? I don't know if you all can see me. Let me see. Am I live? Hold on. Am I? Let me go edit. Let me see. Am I public? I don't know if I'm public or not. Can you hear me? Come on in. I think I'm public. Okay. Come on in. Come join me. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know if you're there. Maybe people are at work while I'm trying to go live. Look, maybe people are at work. Come on in. I'm trying to wait till some folks come on. I don't see anyone. But anyways, I'm going to get started. And I just want to come and tell you all and talk to you all just briefly. I was trying to wait to for some people to come in, but no one is here yet. But that's okay. You can always go back and watch the replay. But listen, some people will never grow up. Some people will never grow up, and there is nothing you can do about it. Some people don't want to mature. Some people don't want to do the work on themselves, right? Some people just don't want to challenge themselves. They don't want to do the hard work. They don't want to look in the mirror. You know, it's easier to blame someone else, right? It's easier to blame someone else. It's easier to say it's someone else's fault. Yes, it is. It's easier to say it's someone else's fault. So some people don't want to grow up. They want to blame everybody. Mom, dad, system, their family, children, the dog, the cat, poor little cat, the bird. The bird didn't do anything to them. They just want to blame somebody, right? The system. Some people don't want to grow up. And I'm going to repeat that until someone gets this. Some people don't want to grow up. So if they don't want to grow up, if somebody in your life does not want to grow up, guess what? And you start to grow, you can't feel bad for growing. You cannot feel bad for growing. Don't feel bad because you want to grow. Don't feel bad because you want something different, because you want a different life, because you see the one that you are living is not working. You see that where you are is not working. You see where you are is not working, so you want to do something different. You want to experience something different. Right? You want to experience something different. And you want to take that leap. You want to take that chance and grow. You want to take a leap of faith and do something different so you can get a different result. Don't feel bad for that. I felt guilty for years, years and years and years on end, just afraid to just take that leap and grow. I was afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I was afraid to take that leap. I was afraid to take that leap and grow. I was afraid to take that leap and use my voice, right? I was afraid to take that leap. Let me see if this is, hold on, you all. I'm trying to see if it, do I have it on public? I was afraid to take that leap. Anyone, if anyone's there, let me know if you can hear me, because I don't see anyone here, and that's not normal. Usually I have some people in the chat, but I don't know if I got it on. It looks like I have it on public. For years, I was afraid to grow. I allowed things and people to hold me back. And that was my fault. I don't blame them. That was my fault because I was fearful. I was fearful. It had nothing to do with them. We got to stop blaming people. It had nothing to do with them. It was just, I was in my head allowing people to hold me back. If there's something you want to do and that it's not hurting anyone, it's not to put anyone else down, guess what? Do it. Do it. Don't be afraid. Don't wait for anybody to affirm you. Don't wait for anyone to support you. I waited around like a little kid because the little girl who was rejected in me, she was not healed yet. So I waited for people to affirm me. I waited for people to say, "Oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, I'm happy for you." I was sitting around waiting, like a little kid waiting on her parents to say, "Good job. Well done. I'm proud of you." And I held myself back for years. I dumbed myself down for years. I didn't want to shine so bright. I didn't want people to think that I thought I was better or I thought, I was smarter. And it had nothing to do with that. My heart was just wanting to do what it is that I was desiring. I never looked down on anyone or looked and thought I was better than anyone. But in my head and picking up on the energy from people, I knew certain people were going to think that. And they did too. Oh, they did. Oh, they didn't verbalize it. Oh, but their energy told me otherwise. Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yep. Yes, they did. And I let that fear stop me for so many years. I could have been further along than where I am right now. But all things work together. All things work together for the good. So God can get glory. I may not have ran as far as I could run back then, but I'm going to run right now. I'm going to do all I can do right now. I have more of a mature mindset. I'm in a better mental space. I'm healed. So what I've held myself back from in the past, worried about what people are going to think, worried about what they're going to say. Now, right now, at this moment, I'm praying that God excel me and move me quicker and faster, because I held myself back. I didn't want to, I didn't want people looking at me. I didn't want to put myself out there. I didn't want people looking at me. And guess what God did? He said, "Not about you anymore." Forced me right over here on YouTube. Told me to get right on here on these YouTube streets and do what I told you to do. I didn't want none of this. I didn't want any of this. I didn't want to be on no YouTube. Plenty of people don't want to be here on YouTube. If you're a chosen one, plenty of the chosen God is calling to YouTube. They don't want to be here. But we got to be obedient. That's something He doing more in us than He doing for the people who are listening on this side. Exactly, Liz. Oh, I held myself back. I was so afraid. If you guys would have just knew how afraid I was, and that's a sin, to be afraid. God didn't give us the spirit of fear to be afraid of people, to fear men, which means to fear mankind, just to fear people. When I say man, not a man, but just mankind. You just sitting there being fearful, and God telling you to do something and step out, and you worried about what they're going to say. Most of all, mainly, I was worried about who I was going to lose, because I didn't want to lose people. I was afraid of losing folks, and I lost them anyways. If you're afraid of losing someone, you have lost them anyways. You shouldn't be afraid of losing somebody because you want to do better. You want to do something different, because you already know. You know, chosen ones, we can pick up on their energy. We already know how people are going to act and feel. And 9 times out of 10, like we used to say, 9 times out of 10, the people acted exactly how I thought they was going to act. Exactly how I thought they were going to act. But I was afraid. I was afraid to grow and afraid to develop and do what it is that I know I want to do in my heart. All the desires I have in my heart, all the books I want to write that's in my heart, the business I want to build, the people I want to help. And this is another thing. I'm going to tell y'all this, because somebody need to hear this. I thought about this morning. God is going to send a stranger. He's sending strangers to support the chosen ones. You're not going to need your family. He's going to send you a new family to support you, because see, you're sitting there and you're waiting and wishing and hoping that your family affirm you, your family confirm you. Your family is not going to affirm you, because you're doing something that they have not done. You're stepping out and you're doing something that no one is doing. You're trailblazing a path that they're not going to understand. So he's going to send strangers to bless you. He's going to send strangers to receive what it is that you're doing, receive what it is that you're saying. So stop sitting around waiting for your family to affirm you, to support you, to say congratulations, to share your things, and to no, stop waiting for that. You don't need anyone's validation. Let God validate you. That held me back too for years. That held me back. Afraid to share my story, afraid to share what I went through, afraid to share my experiences. No one could take your experience away from you. They were not in your body. They didn't have to live what you lived. Even if you have to speak up against someone who touched you, you have to speak up against someone who did something to you, and now they're like, they want to live their life right? They want to live right, but you still suffering the consequences of what they did to you when you were a child. I don't care how saved they say they are. What happened to you happened to you. It's valid. And it's going to be you to say, you know what? It's time for me to speak up. It's time for me to say something. It's time for me to speak my truth. You can't worry about that. You can't worry about saving granddaddy, uncle, auntie. You can't worry about them. You got to free yourself. I don't know who this is for. I didn't want to talk about this, but you got to free yourself. They did it. They did it. And you got to come to terms and acknowledge that it was done. Stop trying to reprocess it and reimagine it and fool yourself and say, no, it didn't happen. And this, no, if it happened, it happened. You have to free yourself so you can move on from it. Yes, you can forgive them and move on, but you have to acknowledge that it happened to you. Hey, Keisha, you have to acknowledge that it happened to you. So many of you are suffering because you are afraid to say something. You are afraid to speak up because you know if you say something, all those people are going to be mad at you. They're going to come for you. They're going to come for you. And you don't want to have to face all of the energy and the talk and the, the anger. Because they'll gang up on you. them spirits will gang up on you. They'll team up. They'll team up against you. How dysfunctional they are, but they'll team up against you and make you seem like you causing the problem, but you're streaming and you're crying out for help. You crying out for help. But they want to say, shh, don't tell anyone. It's time for you to tell. It's time for you to tell somebody. It's time for you to tell somebody. I don't care who you tell. How are you a coach? You need to tell somebody what happened to you so you can free yourself. I didn't come to talk about this. I just transition on into this. So I don't know. I'm going with what the spirit say. I'm going on what the spirit say. Somebody need to be free. You don't held that for so long. I ain't holding in nothing. I know one thing. I'm not holding in nothing. You're going to be mad at me. I don't care. If something happened to me, I'm telling. I am telling. I'm going to sing like a bird. Because you need to be free. You trying to pretend it didn't happen. You trying to forget that it didn't happen. You trying to create all these lies in your head about changing the narrative of what happened to you. You got to free yourself. You don't have to hold on if it's been years and you don't forgive that person. You still have to let go. You still have to free yourself. You have to free yourself. I don't even know what my topic was anymore. Oh, I remember. But you got to free yourself. You can't let that hold you down and burden you. There is work that has to be done. And we have to start with ourselves. So many people are burdened with pain. So many people are burdened with pain, burdened with fear, suppressed and depressed and stressed. And you holding whatever you held in all them years, that created a sickness in your body. That created a sickness. The autoimmune diseases come from stress, depression, spiritual disease where you don't held something in for so long. It's sending your immune system out of whack because you want to forget what happened to you. Because you're so fearful, you don't want to interrupt anyone's life. But your entire life has been disrupted. Your entire life has been disrupted. And you're trying to save someone else. All while hurting and making yourself ill. I need to free somebody right now. Somebody need to be free. I know one thing. I promised myself I would never, ever hold anything else in again. Ever. Because as chosen ones, we try to save people. We don't want to make people hurt. We don't want to make anyone look bad. Even if folks are dogging us out. They mistreating us, emotionally abusing us, misusing us. And we would not say a word. We just sit there hoping and praying. I don't want to say nothing. Trying to make... No, you have to speak up. You have to say something. Put up a boundary. You want to pretend and, people leave you out of stuff and you want to pretend like they didn't know you existed. No, they know you existed. You were hoping they didn't know, but they knew. You got to stop trying to repaint people. They know. For some reason, in our heads as chosen ones, we try to create a whole new narrative. We want to create a good narrative. When God is showing us the foolishness and the evil, right there, we can see it. This the evil. The evil right there. The evil. Mark in my hand. The evil is here. A little evil. A little evil eye. That's marker, but it's the evil. And here we go, chosen one. Oh no, that's they good. We're trying to paint them, change. We're trying to. Oh no, that's my. That's my sister. She won't do me like that. That's my brother. My brother, he ain't. That's blood. My brother won't do. My auntie won't do me like that. My mama. That's my mama. No. Evil is evil. Evil don't have a title. And that's what we do. We try to what it is. I just say separate. I can't say the word right now. I can't say the word right now. But we try to separate. Okay. Although you got evil right here in the family, we try to take the evil out the family and just keep the title. No. That's still evil. They've shown you what they think about you. They have treated you how they feel about you, and you still trying to sit there and I got to do right. I got to be there. No, they have shown you. Some people don't mistreated y'all, and y'all never got an apology. They don't lied on y'all, found out the truth, and still haven't apologized out of pride and ego, because you already know the truth. Some people never grow up. Never. They'll avoid you instead of giving you the apology was due. Or try to brush it off, or try to love bomb you, come around and give you gifts. No, you owe that person an apology. And that's a form of pride when you don't mistreated someone and you can't even fix your mouth. Your heart is evil. If you know you've done somebody wrong and you didn't even part your lips to say, you know what, I'm sorry for mistreating you. I'm sorry for how I treated you. I'm sorry for putting my mouth on you, lying on you, and I didn't know what happened. Oh, but this is the season where folks gonna reap. The ones who don't put their mouths on the chosen one, and this ain't nothing this is nothing you are hoping and you're wishing on them. It's called reaping and sowing. But when people don't put their mouth on the chosen ones, God's chosen ones, and they didn't make it right, watch what happened to them. I said this plenty of times before. And people think this is something evil or wicked. No, it's not. No, it's not. It happened all through the Bible. You put your mouth on God's chosen folk and watch what happened. They planned and plotting, how they did Daniel, planned and plotting, and they got thrown in the pit. Nothing happened to Daniel. They trying to poison Daniel and setting up decrees where he can't pray, and trying to get him not to do what he do. He ain't doing nothing to nobody but having an excellent spirit. He wasn't doing nothing to nobody but praying to his God and trying to do what's right, having a spirit of excellence, and folks bothering him, trying to find cause, going back, looking in his past and trying to find stuff on him, and couldn't find nothing. They plotting and planning behind his back, going to the king to set up a decree so he can't do what he normally would do, trying to stop him from being great. See, that's what people do to y'all. You got people behind y'all People behind y'all back right now. You got people plotting and planning on your jobs. Chosen ones going telling the boss lies on you. Family members sitting around gathering, lying on you. Talking about this and that, don't know what's going on in your life. Talking about this and that and plotting and planning. Sending people to spy on you. Sending people to look and watch and see what's going on in your life. And God is just increasing you, making you look better than ever. Healing you. They don't even know you over there getting healed. They think you over there. Look, they think you over there dying not. You know, you losing weight. You don't fell off the earth. And God got you over there healing, increasing you in the spirit. And they sitting around plotting and planning and sending and praying and got altars and, got this and that and all kind of stuff they doing, cursing you and trying to curse your children and doing this and doing that. But it's not the season. It's not the season to be bothering God's folks. Bothering people who's not bothering you. Leave folks alone. Leave people alone. And let me tell you, chosen ones, when you're closer to your breakthrough, and it's true, I've experienced it. When you're closer to a breakthrough, it seems like all hell trying to break loose. I mean, just petty stuff. Children go to acting funny and folks just bothering you just out of the blue, just nitpicking about stupid stuff. You know a breakthrough is near. So that's when you got to pray harder. You got to pray harder. You got to be watchful to see what's going on. So the enemy won't get you into that spirit of offense. Oh, I almost got into that spirit of offense the other day. I'm not going to lie. And God say, leave it alone. God say, leave it alone. This old ugly spirited woman, she was old evil little witch. I can sense it on her little spirit. You know, people so evil. The evil is wearing on their face. You ever see those people? They so evil. Their face is evil. They got to eat. The spirit of evil is on them. Right? That evil spirit is on them. It just, and I looked at, I even felt the energy when she walked by. When she walked by, I just felt the demonic presence on her. And she was nitpicking about something. I was getting ready to drop my daughter off to work. And she worried about a parking spot that don't have nothing to do with her. Early in the morning. And I had just got through praying. So that's when the devil come get you. He's trying to come zap up all the power. Just had got through praying, doing a little morning devotion. And she worried about a parking spot. Parking somewhere ain't got nothing to do with her. And she almost threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. She almost threw me off. I was like, she look, I know Jesus. Just to get up and be worried about stuff that don't concern you. This the type of stuff you got to watch out for. People will come. Them spirits will come for you. I mean, a real look ugly old something. Look ugly, evil something. She even walked creepy and evil and witchy. And I wanted her to come to my car. And I did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wanted her to come to my car. I was gonna rebuke her. She thought I was gonna, she was gonna think I was crazy. I was gonna rebuke her. She came to that. Oh, I was praying, and God didn't send that lady to that car because I thought she was gonna come to my window. I thought she was gonna come to my window. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready for it. You know how you be spiced up, especially when you don't be bothering nobody. When you don't be bothering nobody, you be ready. You be ready. Especially them chosen ones, the ones who've been silent for so long. The ones whose voice have been stripped, they've been silent. I've been one of those ones, been silent for so long. I never uttered a word. I never told anybody all the hell that I've experienced, everything that I was going through. I never uttered a soul. I didn't complain to nobody. I didn't complain to my family. I didn't complain to my friends. I just went through trying to keep my best foot forward and then utter a word. But when we break free from that hell, we be ready. We come out fighting. We come out bold. We come out encouraged, waiting for somebody to say something or do something. Because it's like we've been caged and bottled up like an animal. We've been caged and bottled up for so long. You be waiting for somebody to do something to you. You be waiting for somebody to say something to you. And you shouldn't be like that. But you just be waiting because they're going to catch that heat. For real. They're going to catch that. You don't want to put it on them. But this is why I don't bother people. This is why I don't bother folks, because you don't know what people don't went through. And you come along like that lady. Let me tell you, like that lady. If I would have been anyone else that didn't know God, and just imagine if I was going through something, or I could have been just got out of a abusive relationship or a domestic situation. Just think about this now. And she bothering somebody, and she walked into her car and somebody watching the type of car she drive. People will double back on you. You can't be out here bothering folks. People will double back. That's why you don't bother. That's why I don't bother. No, but I tell you, if I check up out of here, it's not going to be because I'm bothering somebody. You best believe that. It's not going to be because I'm provoking and bothering people. That's just not my MO. Now, I protect myself, but I'm not just going bothering and provoking folks. Because you really got some people that's about that life out here. You can't be bothering people. Any little thing set folks off nowadays. I was watching the news. Y'all probably heard the story a little while ago where I'm going to say pum pum. I don't want to say the word on here because I want YouTube to shut me out. But pum pum, two people on the highway, they driving. They don't pum pum in each other's truck, and they don't pum pum each other's daughters. Teenage daughters don't got pum pum. One got pumed in the leg, and I think somebody got hit in the arm. I was listening to the the news thing on YouTube, because I don't watch the news, but on YouTube, I don't watch television, but on YouTube, I saw a clip, and I'm like, folks are losing it. So I don't bother folks, right? I don't bother folks. But one thing about the chosen, who've been silent, who've been verbally, emotionally, physically abused, you've been mistreated, people have lied on you, you just held it in and you dealt and you just suffered and you went through, you don't want to bother them. I'm telling you, you don't want to bother them. Those are not people you want to bother. If they're not bothering you, you better stay over there. Don't come bothering them ones that God has raised up, made bold and fearless. You don't want to bother them ones because they've been silent. They have suffered. They have endured. They've been praying, hoping, still trying to be positive. And you coming with some foolishness, you better leave them folks alone. Y'all better leave them folks, leave them kind alone. You hear me? That you don't want the smoke. You don't want no smoke with them kind. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone, because they be ready. They almost had a mindset, I love Jesus, but you still catch these hands. That's how they feel. Although they may not do it, but they feel that way because they have been silenced for so long. And now that they finally getting their voice back, they're getting their confidence back, their boldness, because they've been stuck. Some of y'all have been stuck and stagnant because you've been so worried about the lies. You've been so worried about what people are saying about you and thinking about you and worried about this and that. And when God break you free, you tell him to bring it. It's almost like you saying, come on. Whatever you going to say, you come on and bring it. Because you ready. You ready. You ready to tell the truth. You ready to tell your side of the story. See, people can tell their side of the story. Or they can tell their side. But when you open your mouth, the truth gonna be told. The truth gonna be told. There's not gonna be no, no lies. The whole truth and nothing but the truth gonna be told. They don't want you to open your mouth. They don't want the chosen ones to say, because we truth. We stand for truth. Even if the truth make us look bad. Even if the truth make us look bad, we will stand on truth regardless of who it is. Because we're wired that way. But they don't want to bother them chosen ones that have been oppressed and suppressed. They better leave them alone. Because they're coming out of some stuff that half the people don't know anything about. Half folks don't know half the story. And the things that you endure as a chosen one, plenty of people would have been checked up out of here. Plenty of people would have been unalive themselves. They wouldn't even stand 2 toes down. Stop 10 toes. 2 toes in there, they would have been out. That's what he wanted to do. And and for you all who have experienced abuse of any kind, not saying it's justified, not saying it's right. I'm not saying it. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're still here and you're listening to me, that abuse only made you stronger. It made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you stand up and speak up for yourself. It taught you to have a backbone. It taught you to have, boundaries. It taught you to not be afraid of losing folks. It taught you some lessons. It taught you who real friends are. It taught you who real family is. So don't be afraid and don't be ashamed of what you've gone through. I know I'm not going to be ashamed. Because listen, what I've been through grew me up. What I've been through made me stronger and wiser. Taught me how to have a backbone. Taught me how to say no and be stern on my no and don't think nothing of it. Taught me how to be okay with being rejected and not being in people's good graces and in their little groups and cliques. Taught me that family ain't blood. Your family is not your blood relatives. Taught me to see truth for what it is, not for what I want it to be. No, that truth is right there what it is. That truth is what it is, right there in your face. That's the truth. Taught me to stop painting people, stop painting the picture over and trying to pick people and make them look different. No, they showed you who they are. Giving you them weird vibes. Weird vibes and tension and all this attitude. Because they got stuff in them that's unchecked. Taught me that I don't have to carry everybody's mess. I don't have to carry everybody's stuff. Chosen ones, the empathetic ones. You carrying everybody's burden. Stop picking up everybody's burden. You're not God. You want to rescue everybody because you still got that little girl in you that want to be rescued. So you trying to rescue everybody. No, you gotta let people go through their stuff. I thank God for my friend. I thank God for my ordained friend. I know God sent her in my life. I know it. I thank God for my new friends that's God sending in my life that speak the truth. Taught me you can't be interrupting people's process. And she was so right. So right. You interrupting people's process. You interrupting their learning process. Because you trying to save them. Because you wanted somebody to rescue you. And you interrupting their journey, their process. I learned to have my expectations high. I disappoint myself when I'm expecting people to do things that I would do. You sitting there driving yourself nuts because you know you will do it for people. You know you will do it. You will do it for them, but they won't do it for you. You know you will give them the shirt off your back. You will give them this shirt, but they won't do it for you. I didn't like that unzip. I'm gonna leave that like that. They won't do it for you. See, I learned that everybody mine is not like mine. You see, you try to, I see the good in everything. I try to see the good. I overlook the evil sometimes in people. I used to overlook the evil and how they move with everyone else. Overlook it because I want to make sure I'm good. No, now I don't care. When I see you for who you are, I'm gonna move around. I'm going to move around because I know I treat everybody good. I know I'm kind to everyone. I know I'm respectful to everyone. Now, if you don't deal with me for whatever reason, that's your problem. But I know from the jump, I'm good to everybody. I was raised that way. I was brought up that way. You treat the janitor and the CEO the same. You respect people the same. I have no respect for people who lie on me. None. No respect for them. And nothing could change that. No respect for liars. No regard. Don't even look at them the same. And that's just how I'm wired. That's why you have to know yourself. You have to know what they call your shadow side. You got to know that other side of you. Although, I'm a kind person, there is another side that if you don't understand that side, if you don't understand it, it could hurt you if you don't learn it. The things that, those are the things that people will do to you. And it's a no, I'm done. You got to understand that. I forgive folks, but a liar, I will pretend they ain't even there. And I only have to deal with the ones that I'm dealing with because I have to. But other than that, I don't want to deal with no liars. Especially no, I can't deal with liars. Especially when you know you didn't do it and you know it's a lie. How can you respect that? How could you just pretend and respect them like, oh, I'm gonna do no. Even God say he hate liars. So how are you gonna change your, how you gonna change your, ain't gonna say your feelings, but how you gonna have respect for them? You don't have to hate them, but how could you have respect for a person like that? I just move around, move on out the way. Move on out of the way. And some of these spirits will try to demand that you respect them after they don't lie on you. Like, what type of foolishness is that? But some folks will never grow up. Let me tell you. And some of y'all, people who raised y'all, some of the people who raised y'all don't outgrew them. And you got to be okay with it. You don't outgrew the person who raised you. You don't pass them. You don't grew past them spiritually, emotionally. They raised you. Now they don't became a child. They left on the level from listen, they don't took care of you, and now you taking care of them spiritually and emotionally, trying to get them to grow up. Some people just don't want to grow up. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with it. And move on. You have to move on. But I just wanted to come tell you all this message. Share this message with you all. Although we got off on a little tangent, we spent around and went a couple of blocks over, but we here now. Listen, we here now. Chosen ones, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't let your good heart get the best of you so people can walk all over you and do what they want to do. And no, you got to be truthful. You got to be honest. Truthful and honest. Because people are going to reap what they've sown. All the discord and the confusion folks are doing, especially behind your back, all the energy that they sending to you and lies that they, all the discord, the little drops and nuggets of discord that they planting behind your back, seeds and stuff. Listen, you better warn them to stop. Warn them to stop. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Warn them to stop. Because it's not going to turn out good for them. But thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna go take me a nap. I don't know. Or I'm trying to keep my little workout on. Keep myself active. I appreciate you all. I don't know if who's still here. Let me see. Hi, Divine Order. Divine Order. Thank you, Liz Ryan. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my fam, Keisha. Hello, Shay Love. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Hippie J. Hippie J and who is this? Kings and Queens Coaching Group. Shalom to you too. Hello, Bouillon Smith. Thank you all for joining me today. I don't know if I froze up, but those are the names that I see in the chat box. But I appreciate you all. I hope this message encouraged you all. Listen, thank you for joining me. What I was going to say, I'll be forgetting to tell you all to go download the guide, the self-reflection guide. I think I put it in the description on this live, so you can go and download that. It's free. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you all for tuning in. S. Blooms, thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome, dear. You are so welcome. But thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna take me a little nap. I don't know if I'm gonna take me a little nap or go walking. I don't know, but one of the two. And I think I'm gonna take a nap first. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Take a nap, then get up and go walk. Well, thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for tuning in. I wanted to tell you all, I'm starting to release videos, or I think they're going to be under my live. I started back releasing them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just be on the lookout for a video. I'm releasing at 4 a.m. They're pre-recorded, so it's not an actual live, but they're just pre-recorded, and I'm just releasing them on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right? So I have to work ahead of myself because I got a lot going on, but I still want to bring you all content. So instead of me going live all the time and I don't have the time, I could pre-record it and I could upload it for you all. So just look out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will be bringing you some videos to help you develop yourself, to help you on your personal development and growth journey. So just look out for those videos. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You all be blessed. Bye-bye.